Hi, everyone. Oh, they're new? So, how's the audio? Sound okay? Hey, Rebecca. So they're officially UFOs, is what you guys are saying?
The audio sounds okay, you said?
No one's complained.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Thomas says it sounds awesome. Thanks, man.
Camera's on.
Yeah.
I mean, look, dude. If you paid for it, you might as well flaunt it.
Well, also, sun's out, but
It happens.
All right. You guys are how's everybody doing? We're doing a little pre-game. We're gonna chug bottles of Fireball and then we're gonna do a very serious show.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're doing.
I tried something for the first time today. Yeah. This is always a good story.
Yeah.
I'm not in college anymore.
Yeah.
Absinthe.
You haven't tried absinthe?
Never had it before, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I have like 3 bottles of different kinds in my closet right there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
night's young. No, I tried it.
Yeah, we're not though.
No.
Yeah.
no, we are sure not.
Here, let me turn the recorder on. Anyway, and how'd you like it?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good, yeah.
It's
It was-
interesting.
It has an interesting flavor. It was cool watching the entire process.
Do you like ouzo?
I'm not a huge Ouzo fan.
But you like absinthe.
I didn't.
Interesting.
I
Well,
liked
ouzo's
the-
not.
I liked the process. Ouzo is a lot.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
ouzo doesn't have sugar
Yeah.
and water and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the history of the... We're just starting.
Damn, she's getting me. All right, let's go. What do you think? Taryn is in the final throes of putting the kid down to sleep. So
Finally throwing the kid. Yes, sounds good.
So we are going to. Yeah.
So, the history
Hold on,
of
it's
the...
me. It's me. That's you. That's us.
Starting.
It's us.
I didn't pause the thing.
That's all good.
We have a good show. I'm pretty excited about today's show. I have a lot to cover, so we're just gonna jump in and get through it. Normally, I would wait for Taryn because she's not that far away, but
I feel like I just saw her walk by.
possible. It's possible.
It was a
So
cat. It was a cat.
Could have been a cat.
it's a cat. All right. Well, let's start the show, huh? What do you
do
think?
it.
Let's do this.
It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears up!
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Ears Up show number 146.
It's insane. I have something to say, though.
I got something to say.
I've gone all day.
I went all day today, and it doesn't matter much to me. Sorry.
I was going to say it. Oh, I actually decided to say it on the air, but happy anniversary to you. 4 years today?
Yep.
4 years?
Yes.
Did you forget it was your anniversary?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
No.
4 years.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I was assuming Taryn was going to start talking
Oh, I'm wearing
because
my
it's like
veil.
it's like her favorite thing to talk about. So
It's not my favorite thing to talk about. My
it
birthday
should
is
be.
my
That's
favorite.
rude.
Oh. Well, I'm wearing my veil because when
That's
else
true.
can I?
Every day of your life, if you want.
No, that's
No.
weird.
No, all
I don't
right.
even know where my veil is.
I was actually really shocked I just found it.
I think I gave it away.
Poor Abby.
Did you really?
I think I gave it to Melissa for her wedding.
Oh well, that's nice. At least
Yeah,
at least you
that's
did
nice.
it for like a reason,
Oh,
not
it's
just
just-
I just gave it away.
It's a
I don't
good
know.
It's
way.
like a good, yeah.
I am definitely considering just like giving my wedding dress away though, because
Well, that's one thing I never really
I ain't gonna
understood.
pick that thing ever again.
Well, even if you could,
Yeah.
when
When would I wear it?
When would you?
Abby's not going to want to wear it. It's going to be so outdated and
True.
Well, but I mean, yeah,
It's weird,
I wouldn't
man.
want to wear like my dad's suit
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would want you buy the thing to make your own memory. So I don't know. Maybe I'm
right.
different.
No, Becca's wedding dress moved with us like 3 times. And the last time we moved, I was like, you know what? Why don't you move that from that closet to the back of my car, and then I'll take it down to Goodwill. And she's like, oh, okay, I guess so. Like 18 years later, man, we don't need that anymore.
No, we don't need it.
Pretty sure
No,
we're
but
stuck
it's
with each other.
I don't know. Like,
I really liked your wedding dress. I would have kept mine if it looked like yours. I don't like mine anymore. I'm over it.
sometimes I look
over
at
it.
mine and it's only 4 years ago, and I'm like, it's fine.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, it's a very different mindset when you're purchasing it and trying to figure it out or whatever. But now that you did it,
It's true.
you've used the thing. You're like, it's fine. That's why people buy new cars every like 2 years.
That's true,
I
because
don't know.
tastes change.
That's true. All right, on today's show, we have Beverly, the lovely Beverly, the tired, yawning Beverly.
Sorry. I definitely was just yawning.
Talking about the history of the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's a cool
That's a
like
topic.
That's a cool topic. Sure, that's where we are in the lifespan of the show, right?
Right.
But she's doing the research, and she calls me. She's like, dude, check this out, and she tells me some things that we're not going to get into yet. I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing.
It was
This is going to be a
really
really fun show.
Honestly, like
Sure.
there were so many rabbit holes to jump down. There were things that I definitely just didn't include because I personally didn't find it that interesting. But then there were things
Yeah.
that were interesting that I cut for time.
Right.
Like we're on 8 pages at this
Oh
point.
my
Wow.
good lord.
Nice. 4-hour show.
Dang.
Well, before we get there, this episode is sponsored by Getaway Today, Disney's top wholesale partner. They will help you plan your Disneyland vacation with the best tips and secrets, all while making it affordable with their discount tickets, reduced hotel rates, and layaway plan. Head over to getawaytoday.com/earsup and start planning your magical vacation. Tell them Earzup sent you and use code Earzup to save an extra $10 on your SoCal vacation package. But before we get to the show, I do want to say find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Any feedback on the show goes to Taryn at earsup-podcast.com. Show suggestions goes to Terrence at earsup-podcast.com. And you can say hi.
Oh.
Wow. To the worn out Beverly.
877.
And anything else comes to me, Jason at earsup-podcast.com. You can support the show by doing a few things. Number 1, heading over to etsy.com/covers and buying some shirts. That'd be cool. Number 2, patreon.com/earsup. Become a sponsor, or not sponsor, a Patreon supporter is the word. Do that. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. We have what am I saying? Well, tonight we're recording the secret show. So we're
Yes.
doing that. So if you're not a Patreon, you can get the link. Or if you are a Patreon supporter, you can get the link right now. I'm having a problem thinking right now. I'm thinking like 3 moves ahead, and I'm trying to also read the. I got a lot. We have a lot to cover on this show,
You playing
and it
chess.
shows right now.
You playing chess. We out here playing checkers.
That's right. 4D chess. We got taking the shrink wrap off the cards box. I don't know what.
You should not make jokes while you're thinking 3 things ahead.
Yeah, well, it eases my brain. We have a great Christmas show. We are currently actively planning right now. That will be
Yes.
December 14th. We're going to have a 3-hour show for everybody, a 2-hour secret show for our Patreon subscribers only, and then we are also going to have a private karaoke jam live streamed for every Patreon supporter.
It's
So
going to be amazing.
check
be a mess.
that out for sure. And another thing to check out is the Supreme Resort, our brand new show, Earzup Productions Limited, worldwide. I don't know, whatever. That is on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play. Episode 3 just released, I believe it was last week. Maybe it was even this week. I can't remember anymore. I've been doing too much. And I just finished editing episode 4. The show keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about it. And to talk to a little bit about the show is Jimmy, the host of the Supreme Resort. Jimmy, are you there?
I am.
What's going on,
Hello.
man? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Perfect. Thanks for coming on our little show here, man. I appreciate that.
Happy 146.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Happy
much.
4th. Love the veil.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
So the Supreme Resort, man, how you guys doing on that? It's you have a lot of shows already sort of planned out, right?
We do. In fact, I have 45 outlines written.
Wow, are you serious?
I'm serious.
We do too. But from
Yeah, for
past
sure.
shows. Past shows.
That's how we work.
That's right. Yeah, we have our archives, is what Terrence is referring to. Jimmy's like, no, this is stuff nobody's done yet.
That's awesome. I wish.
yeah.
Do you want to do it for our show or?
I love the show, man, and it's not just because I'm editing it together, but I've gotten a lot of good feedback on the show, people listening to the shows, and they agree. You guys are really finding a groove and coming together. And like I was telling Jeremy on our last show, that's hard to do. You're taking 3 dudes who aren't in the same room, spoilers, and you're trying to make everything gel and be cohesive, and it's very hard to play off of someone when you don't really see them and you're not in the same room. So I think you guys are doing a great job with that. I really
Thank you. And you're doing a great job making it sound like we're in the same room.
Well, look, all I can do is just work on the timing of stuff. You know, all the rest is you guys. It's
Well,
it's good stuff.
we're nerds, and we're proud of it. And I got to tell you, the origin of the show, my very first podcast, the first podcast I ever listened to was Earzup.
Oh, geez.
I didn't know anything about it. And Dan, co-host, told me about Earzup podcast. I listened, I loved it, and then immediately I'm like, Jason, I want to be involved in this. How do I get involved in this show? I want to contribute. I want to do whatever. Got a lot of knowledge. How do I do it? And it was just sort of an epiphany because I get asked. I've been to every Disney park on the planet. I worked at Disneyland. I worked at Disneyland Paris. I've got all the annual passes and timeshares and everything. So when I tell people this, they say, well, which is better, Disneyland or Disney World? And sort of my analogy is, which is better between Super Walmart and Trader Joe's? It's really,
Right.
I mean, you can get all the stuff at Trader Joe's. You can get your produce and meats or whatever. You can get all that same stuff at Super Walmart, but you can also get a couch. So does that make it better, or is it just it's a difference of opinion, right? And at the end of the day, it's opinion. So what we're trying to do is empirically argue item by item, thing by thing, which is ultimately better. And I don't think we'll ever get the answer because, you know, like, for example, on the last show, Terrence was saying that the Matterhorn is better, but he has no other frame of reference. So we're trying to give a
Well, and he
frame
was
of
wrong,
reference.
so-
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's Terrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a rule.
Terrence is incorrect.
Yeah.
True.
I did think that was a funny comment because you can't say that something's better when you have nothing to compare it to. But like you're saying, Jimmy, you're giving that frame of reference to people.
Yeah, we're trying to, right? We're
Yeah.
trying to be as empirical as possible. We're also trying to be entertaining as possible. And like you said, that's a balance, something you have to learn. And, you know, just like Earzup 146 episodes later, it's getting better, and you evolve as people and as relationships. And,
Yeah.
and, you know, let's face it, Jeremy's the star of the show, right?
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. That's very true. Well, it's funny because when the one I was editing, I think episode 4, and we're just gonna tell people it's was it Indiana Jones ride versus dinosaur in
Correct.
Disney
The
World?
EMVs.
Thank you. Yeah. When Taryn and I went to Disney World, we didn't do that dinosaur ride.
We stood in line for it though.
We did.
Yes, for quite a while.
What happened?
Unfortunate.
It just
We were
broke down
actually
into
close
things?
to the front, I believe, and then it stopped, and it was one of those like, we've stopped. We don't know when it'll be back,
No.
but you can wait if you'd like. And
Classic
So
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Right.
so we waited for a while, and then we waited for another while.
I don't remember this.
And then we left.
Okay, I don't remember. The heat got to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I feel like it's also helping people who have never been to Disney World or Disneyland, for that matter, figure out, well, this ride is sort of the same, so let's not do it. But hearing the show, well, there's a lot of differences. So you know, you gotta hit that up as well.
Right. And there are nuances, right? And that's really the key about Disney in general is the nuances, the similarities, the differences, the escape. And for example, you know, when I go through 42 or 43 outlines, you think about not only just the space versus space and thunder versus thunder, but then the ones we're exploring as well, and Radiator Springs Racers versus Test Track, right? And like Liberty Square v. New Orleans Square, right? In Liberty Square, you've got this brown strip running along the road, and that's meant to represent during colonial times people would throw their stuff out the window and it would become a brown river down the middle. And
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
little things you don't get,
Gross.
you don't notice.
Know that.
I didn't notice that. You're right. When we were there, didn't notice it at all. Or if I did, I'd be like, God, this park is filthy.
Right.
Man.
But
Yeah.
does that make it better?
Well, right. And then you have to argue that. I don't know. I mean, we would just that would be just a show if we just started talking about it right now. I'm looking forward to that. What was the other one? Oh, Test Track versus Radiator Springs.
Right.
Ooh, that's a good
Ridgeway.
one.
The Ridgeway Racers.
Ridgeway
Thank you
Racers.
very much for correcting me. I wouldn't know. Having been on both, I really liked Test Track because there is the car you build yourself and you sort of feel more integrated into or involved in how the thing finishes. But in Radiator Springs Racers, it's different but similar, and so the fact that you guys can build those arguments to make them go head to head, I think it's great. I think it's great. It's great fun.
Yep. It comes from a lot of passion and a lot of knowledge that has to go somewhere.
That's true. Knowledge about arguing, if you're Jeremy. That's for sure.
Jeremy is oh my gosh. It's competitive like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, he's a jock,
He's a
man.
jock.
Yeah, he's a Disney jock right from the start. Well, anyway, you can find the Supreme Resort, like I said, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play. Find the boys, subscribe to their channels, rate them. You go over to iTunes and rate them and listen to them and spread the word because they're doing a great job. And I'm looking forward to hearing all these other shows, man.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy, we'll let you go, dude.
Take care, guys. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye. Cool.
Nice.
Good stuff, man.
Before we jump in the show, can I share 2 things?
You can share as many things as you
Okay,
want. buddy.
number 1, I told you I have a story about a listener.
Yeah.
So I'm going to not use names to protect the identity of this person. 'Cause
Oh,
it was-
jeez.
It was
Okay.
super awkward.
But Barack Obama.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So I'm at work. I'm at work the other day. I'm at the urinal.
Oh.
And this guy comes behind me, and all of a sudden I hear him say, "What's your name?" I went,
You're like, officer, I don't know.
hands go against the wall. I'm like, Terrence. He goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm blank," and I'm trying to crank my neck back to see him, and I'm like, "Hi, blank," and he goes, "Oh,
You should have spun right around and just went on his shoes.
right." But he was like, "Oh, I know you from the podcast," and I was like, "Oh, blank," and then I remembered his last name. Hey, how are you? And I turn around, and I'm finished at this point, and I'm still mid zip.
Okay.
And dude is coming in for the hug.
Oh,
And
no.
he full on gets me in the hug as my hands are down there still trying to complete the job.
Wow.
Super awkward.
I like that you're
in
on
the
camera
middle,
right now.
In the middle of the bathroom, and I'm like
At work. So he's
at
a
work-
coworker.
No, he works for a company that comes in and does stuff.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
he recently, and so I'm like, you know what? You do your business. I'm gonna walk outside. We'll catch up afterwards.
catch up after.
Yeah. So that's number 1.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Number 2, I
Followed me.
I re-
He's here right now. Yeah, he's actually he's reading to Alice right now.
I recently had the pleasure of going to Lucasfilms.
Right.
Yeah. So Brett,
Spoiled.
I know. So
Yeah.
Brett, one of the friends of the show, bachelor party, went to Lucasfilms. Got to see everything. It was amazing. Went to the floor where where ILM is, Industrial Light and Magic. Got to see all of the things that they do with the special effects. And the thing that we kept saying over and over and over again is, "Man, Jason would love this.
Yeah.
Man, Jason would love this. Man, Jason would love this."
Yeah.
So, since he couldn't go, I decided to bring you something back.
Oh wow.
Oh.
All right. What'd I get?
Since I know you love tikis, Admiral Akbar.
Oh, that's
Tiki mug,
awesome.
Thanks, man.
Directly from the Lucasfilms store.
Little gift shop. Thanks, man. I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
No problem, man.
It's
I
a
hope
trap.
you enjoy it.
I was gonna say, should I
It's a
open it
trap.
or is it a trap? Thank you. I really appreciate
That's
that,
awesome.
No problem.
Very nice.
Geeky tikis. I love that.
baby.
So they said that nothing in the store could be bought anywhere else, but I don't know if that's true or not. They had another one where it was actually the Rancor,
Yeah.
and it was 2 Rancors, and they were huge, and then they
Oh.
had a 2-shot little shot
Float, like
glass.
for a float or something.
Well, yeah, but it went in the
Yeah.
Rancor's hand, and it was Luke Skywalker, but it was like $100 and something bucks. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I don't
that's,
like you.
no,
that
that's
much.
too much, man. Yeah, that'd be too much for sure.
So I hope you enjoy it.
I do, man. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I really appreciate that.
That's nice.
I don't have anything for you. Taryn, do you want to do some feedback?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do
we
some-
actually have quite a lot.
Okay, perfect.
All right, the first one. Hi, Earzup.
Hi.
Hi, Bev.
Hi. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
Somebody get the girl some coffee.
I'm
I
drinking
offered.
coffee and it's not working.
Oh, dear. I found your podcast a few months ago when I was looking for some Disney magic to sustain me until my upcoming trip. I listened to the first episode and went, and checked out all the other Disney podcasts I could find.
Yeah,
Ouch.
look, I get it.
I get that.
I get it. You know,
After I realized how much they all sucked, I came back to you guys to give you a second chance.
I get that too.
I get that too.
I really do.
I
really do.
I really struggled with Jason not knowing the names of rides, but I have gotten used to that, and I'm frequently telling you the names as I listened in my car.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So do we.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. I mean,
literally
feel
happened
I
tonight.
mean, also, and I feel like now at this point, like, It's Ridgeway Racers to me.
I've
just
realized-
adopted your stupidity.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just as a
I just made you cooler.
As a very quick tangent, when
Yeah.
you said that and then you were corrected, I had this panic attack because I was like, oh my gosh, I just wrote something to somebody using the wrong term. And I was like, oh my gosh, was this writing to somebody on feedback or was this my submission to the Disney Moms panel?
I would love it if you called it Ridgeway Racers on the Disney Moms
Amazing.
That's the
panel.
right
Amazing.
name.
Is it?
That's the right one. It's not Radiator
See,
Springs.
this is the thing. This is where being stupid,
Wait a minute.
you just go with it.
Is it Ridgeway Racers?
No.
No, it's Radiator
Radiator
Springs.
Springs Racers.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what I wrote now.
Because you just if you don't care about the names, then everything is right and it doesn't
I
matter.
know it's not even a paper. You didn't even send them like a letter, but I just see them crumpling their computer.
They print it up.
They pick up a cup of water and they pour it on their computer. They're just like, no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little concerned.
That's
Anyway,
That's amazing.
now that I'm all caught up with all of your episodes, I just wanted you to know how much I love your podcast.
Aw.
It's like hanging out with close friends. Your banter is great. Don't listen to the haters. And the additions of Bev and Jeremy just made me love this show even more.
I agree, 100%.
You.
I know there is a
Jeremy.
delay due to technology, but I frequently imagine Jeremy giving Jason this look, which is the meme of the little boy going like with the
It's just a photo, it's not a meme. But yeah, go ahead.
The
Oh.
really look.
Yeah.
Yes.
the like, are you serious right
Yeah.
now? That look, and I'm sure
And-
he's correct.
It pretty much kind of
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Jeremy cut his hair with a Flowbee.
Yeah.
True.
So,
True story.
He continues. I've listened to all the episodes of Earzup in depth as well, and cannot wait to start listening to the Supreme Resort on my commute home today. That Jeremy guy is pretty funny, and I hope that Jimmy and Dan go easier on him than they did at the 100th episode. Too soon.
Yeah, they kind of rolled him pretty good.
They did, but he
Yeah.
kind of deserved it. I
He
mean,
did.
Come on, let's go. My kids are headed to the park in October, and for our biannual trip, we live in Utah, so we don't get to go as much as we'd like. But I'm totally planning on doing the Terrence Churro Challenge.
There
I
we
love
go.
me some churros.
Yeah.
While wearing my churro t-shirt. And thanks to your awesome show, we are going to take more time than usual to check out the details that we frequently overlook because we're trying to cram as much as possible into our trip.
Nice.
Sorry for the word vomit. I just wanted to let you know how much I love your show. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you all in the park someday. Thanks, Sam.
Awesome.
He also sent Jason a cat picture.
It's
That's
the
right.
cutest cat.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is actually sorry, you're going to have to cut this. Do you want me to read that one about, or did you want to read it on your show? You don't care. Okay.
Do whatever
The
you want to
Greek
do.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hello, fellow Greek Jason.
Hi. Oh, I was really hoping you weren't gonna. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Taryn.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. Go ahead, please.
I'll go ahead and start over so you can cut this properly.
Eh,
Hello.
we'll see.
Hello, fellow Greek Jason.
Yasu.
Hi, Taryn. That's me. And Terrence. Hey, Bev.
Hi.
I think the veil's too tight
Wow.
on her head.
I also haven't eaten. I'm hungry.
Aw.
I've been an avid listener for about a year and a half now and have caught up on all your past episodes on TuneIn. Born and raised in Miami, Florida, Disney World is my home park. However, I recently visited Disneyland after dreaming about it for years and fell madly in love with the West Coast as well.
Nice.
As sad as I am about not being able to get back to it as much as I would like, I truly enjoy every episode of your podcast as it soothes the homesick feeling.
Oh, thank you very much.
I love the new Ears Up in Depth that you have started with Jeremy as well. I started listening to Jeremy's Spectro Radio after hearing him on one of your earlier podcasts and have been in love with Spectro ever since.
Yeah, it's a good station. Tara and I have actually been listening to it a lot the past
Yeah.
month or so.
Yeah, he's got this like techno part to it that you would think would be really lame, and sometimes it does get really lame.
Yeah.
But some of it is really fun and good.
Nice.
My favorite part is texting Jeremy during the lame songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is awful.
what are you
Never
doing?
play this again.
Yeah.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
I'm sure he loves it. I'm sure it makes him feel really good. Yeah.
I was listening to your latest episode, D23 Rundown, and absolutely love the banter between Jason and Jeremy.
Awesome.
Hello, I'm Greek. I live for sarcastic humor.
That's, yes. Oh, do you now?
Nice. However, Jason had said something that totally made me belt out in laughter, and I'm not sure how many other people got it.
Okay. Let's find out.
1 hour, 4 minutes, and 53 seconds, you were talking about how TSA was not allowing the new Star Wars Coke bottles through their checkpoints.
That's right.
And you were quoting the TSA spokesperson who had two first names. Two first names as his name, and you literally said, first of all, never trust a gentleman with two first names.
Yeah.
Hello, Jason Petros. Isn't your name literally two first names?
Oh, it's funny.
My dad's name is Petros, and the English version is Peter.
Yeah.
I totally laughed hysterically and even had to rewind it to make sure I heard what I heard.
It's true.
That's amazing.
Technically, our last name is Petropoulos, but when we came over, they had to cut it to Petros.
Okay.
So, yes, Petros is a first name, but we're Petropoulos.
Okay.
Sort of technically.
Sort of technically, yeah.
So Jason Peter.
But sure, let's go there, yeah.
Keep up the great work, y'all. Us East Coasters really do love y'all. Mercina.
Oh.
I like that.
I love it. Yeah, thank you very much. It's cool. Yeah, I like doing in-depth. I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy and I need to work on how to be a little more interactive. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of like that we just can record like on a Sunday night and not have to worry about timing or social media or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, the next one is from Thomas.
All right.
Hi, guys, and Bev.
Hi.
I love that you always get your own.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice.
Hi.
I need some help from you and your audience. I'm looking at developing an app that will allow you to see smart wait times at any Disney park worldwide. My idea is to create an app that shows the current wait time, but also show it in some special ways. You can switch between the three. So I guess these three modes. One is current wait time. 2, the app will know your current location and how long it will roughly take you to get to each of the rides and attractions. It will then display the estimated wait time for you when you would arrive at that ride or attraction. 3, you can select the time of day and it will show you the expected wait time, kind of like on Google Maps.
Right. Yeah.
What I would love from your listeners is some help in calculating travel time between rides and lands and parks, as long as they're at the same resort. Additionally, if anyone would love to help give travel times or even help develop an app, can email me at Thomas, THOMAS Coates, COATES at live.com.au.
Perfect. And we've read Thomas's email before, and hopefully he's getting some help. I sent it to the Supreme Resort boys to hit that audience too. Let's get some help from Thomas. The next time you're in the parks, we're going in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll jot some ride notes down for him and figure it out. But I think that'd be pretty cool.
We need to take one pause because I forgot something for this last feedback.
Okay. We're taking one pause.
One pause.
Not two, but one. You can leave that door open too. You know what I'm trying to say? Man, so we're watching. We've been letting Alice watch Sesame Street every now and then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just one show. Because we've been sort of trying to go anti-TV to like 2, but
Right.
it's tough.
It is.
It's very hard. And if they're going to watch something, it's Sesame Street. So
Okay.
frequently I get the Letter of the Day song stuck in my head. Like, what? Hey, time for the letter of the day. That's right.
Oh, wow.
Time for the letter of the day. It's here. Time. That or the yum, 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 diddy dum. How many cookies are there today? Yum, yum, yum.
I hate you
Yum,
guys.
diddy dum. How many cookies today? Yeah.
Wow. My kids did not watch Sesame Street, I guess.
No.
Or we actually YouTube the old school
Yeah,
ones.
we watched the old episodes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10, 11, 12.
Yes.
Yep. There's some of those on. We're bumming streaming cable from Terrence's parents, and so they're like
Nice.
on demand.
Okay.
Because they're all on HBO now.
Right.
And so we're just I don't know whatever. Because the
I
old
heard that a PBS station is on HBO now.
I know.
Yes.
The old ones are like an hour long,
Yeah.
and it's like then the new one's like 26 minutes. Like perfect.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Dear Earzup.
Yes.
This
Hi.
is Diana, Sophie's mom.
Hello.
You guys remember Sophie?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She was so excited that you read her email and discussed her drawing on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
She has revised her drawing, and I will upload it here. She has also written another email to you. See below. Sorry.
Taryn really wanted there to be more to that. See below, and in her mind's like, and Taryn's the best.
Yeah, Diana, next time? Okay, thanks. You definitely have my permission to post it on your site if you would like.
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely. We want to put it like on I think it'd be a perfect Instagram photo.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's cute as hell.
It's perfect. And thank you, Jason, for playing a little snippet of the secret show music for her. She definitely won't be able to listen to that show for a few years.
Yeah,
True
that's
story.
No,
for sure.
Thank you for bringing us a little Disney joy at home.
She can listen to Ears Up in depth, and she could also listen to the Supreme Resort.
That's true.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Just not the secret show.
right.
Okay, so this is from Sophie. Dear Ears Up gang, it's Sophie again, and I am sorry I didn't email you back as soon as I could because I totally would. The final drawing took a little more time than I thought, but I still made it. I am also very impressed to hear that you crazy people haven't talked about the most amazing food item in all of Disneyland Resort. The Jack Jack Num Num cookies in California Adventure near the Incredicoaster.
I haven't had one yet.
No, I've never even knew that they exist.
I can tell by the name that I'm gonna like them.
It sounded familiar. I think we talked about it, but
I
I
know.
haven't had one.
I got one for the boys, but I didn't have any of it yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's
So,
huge.
so they
Yeah?
are huge
Yeah,
chocolate chip cookie the size of a baby's face.
Wow.
Is what she said.
Nice.
They are
to literally compare the cookie to a baby's
We
face.
have one.
There you go.
We'll get one.
Smash
we'll
it
get
against
one.
Alice's face and see if it fits.
they are in all caps the most amazing thing ever.
Better than churros, Sophie?
Maybe topping churros.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. She answered me.
Dang.
Damn.
Is she
I know
here?
Jason and Terrence. I know Jason and Terrence are judging me.
Wow.
Very perceptive.
Here.
Scaring me.
Sophie, where are you?
Don't know what to do right now. Terrence, just smile, Terrence. Smile.
I'm scared.
There's-
Get out of here. Let's just go. Let's go.
I don't have to be the fastest, just not the slowest.
She says, not everyone has a chance to try the best dessert in Disney. Burn.
I love her.
True.
Nice.
Your friend with taste buds, Sophie.
Damn.
Dang, girl.
Oh, Sophie,
So-
she didn't have to go that hard, but she did.
Burn.
Got
So
him.
I printed you guys all her new drawing, so
Oh.
you can really take a look up
I'm
close.
offended that you didn't hand it to me first.
Oh.
But I also framed it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
There
love
we go.
it.
Taryn,
This is
good job.
amazing.
Terrence, she was very generous with the jawline on you.
That looks very svelte.
You look very
She was
stallion.
very generous with my waistline.
It's true.
This is amazing.
That is true. Do I have blue hair? No, that's
You don't have to agree that
Headphones.
hard, jerk.
that's headphone. No, it's true. It's very true.
I like Jeremy. Just, hi.
Jeremy's over there going, what's going on?
This is amazing.
Taryn has a shirt on that says, feedback goes to me, but make it positive.
I like that.
And I'm also thinking of stuff.
Yeah, which is probably true.
Absolutely.
My shirt says, this shirt goes straight to the point. I love Disneyland. That's actually not that bad of a shirt.
Yeah.
Terrence still has 4 cargo pants.
What is that?
I love it.
I love
And your
it.
t-shirt is tucked in?
Your t-shirt is tucked in
Hey.
with creases.
That's how I roll.
Perfect.
I love
That's
it.
how I roll.
My shirt says Bev stinks.
Bev's thinks, and then thinks are crossed
Crossed out,
out and
and
says
then
stinks.
stinks.
Yeah.
That was her idea to have it be a custom shirt, so
Right.
you put your own name.
I'm not
I love
gonna
it.
lie. This
pretty good.
This setting sun Mickey ear shirt is a great idea.
It's
It is a good
good.
idea.
Stealing it. All right.
No, she's great. That's why I was
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
I was
This is
looking at it at work,
fantastic.
and I was like, I have to print this
I
out.
think you're
Yeah.
eating like 6 churros also. Like, that is my favorite.
Yep.
I'm eating 3. I already finished the first 3.
Sophie, thank you very much. That's awesome.
Oh, that is amazing.
We're putting that online.
You're whiter than me.
Nice. Also, Jason's arm is around me. It's very cute.
Yeah, it is very cute.
Cute.
She
Yeah.
really thought of everything.
She really did.
She's the best.
Good job, Sophie. Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Is that it for feedback?
That is it for feedback.
All right. It's going to be hard to top that, but I'm going to try it right now.
love
I
this.
know.
So this is more for a live listener thing, but I want you guys to check this out. Our friends at the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco are putting on this really cool talk. It's soon. This is why it's only for live. Well, it should be, I guess, only for live, but whatever. Saturday the 28th of September. It's called Conserving Walt's Legacy, From True Life Adventures to Disney Nature. And this is the write-up. It says, join Disney Nature executive Paul Bauerball as he explores how the studio's Disney Nature feature films take inspiration from and strive to continue Walt's original work on the True Life Adventure series. Bauerball will also discuss his perspectives on how to make impactful wildlife films today and how Disney Nature strives to continue Walt's legacy in inspiring conservation and understanding of the world around us. It sounds really cool. I'm actually, I like nature films. We watch them kind of all the time. The Disney Nature series is rad. The True, the True Life Adventure series. I used to watch all that kind of stuff as a kid, all the nature stuff that Disney did. So it is a really nice legacy. And so here's where it gets really cool. Okay. So that's the announcement. If you want to go to that talk, go for it.
Okay.
But what we're doing is we're teaming up with the museum, and we're going to give away 4 tickets to the talk, the Conserving Nature talk, and 4 tickets to the museum itself, which include, they're VIP tickets. Yep. It includes Mickey Mouse from Walt to the World, which is the current massive exhibition happening at the museum, chronicling Mickey's influence on art and entertainment over the past 9 decades. We talked about it a couple months ago when it was just opening. It sounds amazing. We still haven't made it out there, but I really want to go. So the museum, they want to get you into the museum. You go through a whole museum, which is a couple hours, easily.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Easily. Yeah. You go to Conserving Walt's Legacy talk for free, and then you get to go across the street, I think it is, or the next building over to the Mickey Mouse exhibit. All for free.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's cool.
4 tickets. So it's a full day of Disney fun right there, right? You go to the Presidio. It's going to be a beautiful day on Saturday. Great views of the Golden Gate Bridge. Good food, good chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Bomb chicken sandwich.
So if you want to win these tickets, all you have to do is pay attention to our social media tomorrow, maybe even Saturday. We're going to figure something out. We're coming up with a cool game to play in order to give these tickets away, and you definitely don't want to miss it. But if you're not going to bet on you winning, which I wouldn't, honestly, because it's rare that you're going to win something, but you should try anyway. I'm just going to say that right now. Go grab tickets to this talk. Go to waltdisney.org or call the museum directly at 415-345-6800. It sounds fun as hell.
I think it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be really cool. 4 tickets.
I know.
4 tickets to all of that stuff. That's crazy because you need to get into the museum to then get into the talk. Right. But if you want to buy your tickets, they're $40.
Yeah.
Which
that's awesome.
That's nothing, man. You get to talk to the dude. So it's
very cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Whew, okay, that's a lot of talking. I told you it was going to be a long show before we even get started. We've already been going at it for half an hour. But now, you know what I really want to do? Oh, you have a thinks, right?
Yes.
You want to do it? Still, you looked embarrassed.
No, I hate when you call it out. I'd
Well,
rather
I
you just
forgot.
start the music. But
I
that's okay.
forgot. I was just checking.
I know. Yes, I do.
Taryn thinks.
That's actually probably more accurate.
That's amazing. That's so great.
That's good.
I hate it when you call it out.
Oh God. Jeez. Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
So I was writing an email today, and this thought popped in my head about why do we end our emails with regards, best regards, sincerely, cheers. Why don't we just say bye, like we do on the phone?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Taryn.
The bye bye man.
What?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't know.
right?
I've called people out for having sincerely as their salutation. Then I'm like, it's not really sincere. Like if you built that into your email automatically, that's not sincere. So I've called people out on that, but
why not bye?
Bye, because you're not. It's weird.
Email's more formal,
but also it's not necessarily read right then. It would feel weird to me to say bye to you and then you get my bye an hour from now.
Are you saying signing off?
Or signing off? Like, no.
Because, like, if you're texting somebody and you're, like, texting back and forth for, like, a few minutes and then you're like, oh, hey, I got to go deal with Alice. See you later. Bye.
Literally doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said bye to anybody on text.
You know what? Maybe you guys should start.
There you go. That was your whole entire song. Did you miss it? That was 1 minute and 68 seconds. No, it wasn't. I don't know how long it was.
That's scary.
That was so
Did you say 1 minute and 68 seconds?
Yeah, but it's not.
That sounds like a creepy.
It's like 25
circus.
seconds. Yeah. Good job, Taryn.
Wow.
I know.
I'm gonna try that on Monday. Send an email
Bye. Bye.
to
Bye.
my COO. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. Bye.
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 Bye for now. All right, Bev, why don't you do us a favor
Rude.
and take us through the history of the Disneyland Hotel.
Okay. I don't like the way I started this. Okay, anyway. The Disneyland Hotel originally
Yes, tell me about that Disneyland Hotel.
originally opened in October of 1955 as a hotel and motor inn.
Motor inn.
Not
What's a motor inn?
What's your price?
Okay, I want to point out that I think that motor inn was just something that hotels were called, but now there's
Motor
like a
inns.
creepy chain of hotels, or let's be clear, motels called the motor inn.
Yeah.
Just take a few minutes and Google those when you have a sec. It's
Okay.
absolutely terrifying.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
They're like the kind of places where you can get a room for like $60 a night on like I-5 in the middle of nowhere.
You've stayed in one of those, haven't you? I know you. You have to. You look for a deal,
I
and
do look for-
you are okay with a certain amount of danger.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, or bed bugs.
I'm not okay with bed bugs, and I tend to scour the. They're
It's
a little sketch looking, right?
yeah. It's every hotel that they stay in Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
Exactly.
All right.
So, terror. But that's actually not the point of what we're talking about right now. So I'm going to start with Anaheim. The Anaheim we know and love today is not the same Anaheim from the mid 1950s. Where Disneyland and Downtown Disney currently stand, it used to be 160 acres of orange and walnut trees. So, Walt's in the middle of building Disneyland, and he thinks probably be a good idea to build a hotel for overnight guests. Since at the time, Anaheim was an orange grove and not necessarily close to anything
Right.
where you would want to stay.
Oh, valid point.
Right. So because of its rural location and the fact that even in 1955, a lot of the visitors for the first year of Disney were from out of state. In fact, in the first year, 41% of guests were from outside California.
Wow.
That's
kind of
surprising.
crazy. Yeah, that's
And-
super surprising. But I mean, I guess makes
But he was
sense.
all over cable.
Some
Yeah.
were even guests from outside
point.
of the U.S.
Wow.
In the
Damn.
first year, it's estimated that people from around 65 other countries visited the park.
Wow.
Damn.
In 1955.
Yeah,
That's
there's
like,
like an
transcontinental travel.
Yeah, it was like a month of flying.
Yeah. And, Walt being Walt,
Yeah.
thought it was a great idea and he was convinced that the success of the park was really dependent upon having a nice hotel within close proximity to the park.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Clearly, he was not wrong.
Right.
Yes.
Normally wasn't.
It's true.
So Walt had this idea to build a hotel. The only problem is all of his money was sunk into Disneyland.
Right.
So he didn't have the capital to make this happen.
Even
Sure.
more than all of his money, I think.
No, you're not wrong. But where there's a will, there is a way. And we know what happens when Walt has a will.
The company goes downhill.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
Then
When
his,
I
then
read
his
that,
kids are rich.
when I read through this, that didn't come out like that.
No.
No. Whatever, you get my point.
Yeah.
Since he couldn't afford to finance shut up, Terrence.
Pretty funny.
Since he couldn't afford to finance the construction of the hotel himself,
He had boxed himself in. Is that what you're saying?
Jesus, cryogenically frozen himself.
Wow.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nice.
I'll
It's
let you
okay.
finish.
Since he couldn't afford to finance the construction of the hotel himself, he did the next best thing.
Yeah.
And he asked his rich friends to do it for him.
Man, I need friends like
Dude,
that.
that was literally, I was going to make a little addendum there to just say, first point,
Yeah.
I need rich friends.
I need rich
Yeah.
friends, man. Gosh.
He tried to pique the interest of his friend, Art Linkler, who was at the time a TV and radio host. I think we've talked about him a couple times. Art was not interested. He was hesitant about the prospects of the park. He didn't think that
Okay.
they were going to be successful.
Yeah, which was
It was kind
Art
of a-
Linkletter.
Linkler.
It's
Linkler.
Linkler, but okay.
I mean, it was kind of a wild idea at the time.
It was a wild idea at the time, but it also wasn't out of the realm of rational thought to think that it wasn't going to work. I mean,
also
people were
asking for,
still 10 years later. They're just like, I don't know about this Disneyland thing.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, Walt wasn't asking for like $15.
I think
Right.
it was all Linkletter. Art Linkletter.
Whatever.
Okay.
There's definitely a possibility that I spelled that wrong because
All right.
I'm me. But he later recalled walking along the sidewalk of Disneyland later on, counting the bricks, and with each brick saying, "There's another million I missed out on."
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Wait, Art Linkletter was saying
Yes.
that?
Oh, wow.
So Mark Linkletter also was one of the hosts of the show when they opened Disneyland as well. So I
Okay.
think he realized pretty early on.
He was like, "Whoops."
Yeah, I'm a moron. I
I should have got in on this. Yeah, all right.
Walt also reached out to the Hilton and the Sheraton, but since neither one of them knew where Anaheim was, they declined.
Right.
It's funny.
Finally, Walt was able to make a deal with Jack Rather. Jack was a Texas oil millionaire turned film producer, and his partner, Maria Helen Alvarez, who was the first female CEO in television, yes, girl, and a self-made millionaire by the age of 29.
Wow.
So he was able to work a deal with them.
Okay.
They financed this. The deal was that Rather Alvarez Productions would own and operate the hotel called Disneyland Hotel across the street from Disneyland.
Okay, so you probably
Now-
licensed the name and
Exactly.
all that kind of
And
stuff. Yeah.
And I'm sure that, and I don't want to say I'm sure because I'm not actually sure, but Disney had to be making some money on this, but certainly not a lot.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, you're licensing the name Disneyland for your Disneyland hotel. Like that in and of itself is going to drag people
Yeah.
to the park. So I don't know what's the licensing. What would be a standard licensing fee back then? I mean, you're probably right.
but also this
So
hotel,
he's probably making okay.
they started building this hotel before Disneyland was open.
Ah, interesting.
So Disneyland wasn't established yet.
Yeah.
He went out on a limb here.
Sure, but it's the Disney name.
Exactly. Well,
Right.
exactly, but
Yeah.
um
I'm saying I agree with you. He probably wasn't making tons
wasn't
of money
making- he
off
wasn't
of
making
it.
tons of money.
But it was still probably more substantial than,
Agreed.
another a lesser company. Because
Right.
remember when this was and
Right.
who he was even at the time. He had a show on ABC, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just like Jamba Juice Hotel. He probably commanded
Delicious.
a pretty good price.
Right.
Yeah. So,
at the time probably yes.
yeah.
So on March 18th, 1955, ground was broken for the construction of the Disneyland Hotel.
Hope they fixed it.
Worst. The Disneyland Hotel was the first of its kind in the hotel industry in many ways, but mostly because it catered to families. Most of the rooms could accommodate up to 4 people, which was not the hotel norm.
It's not normal, no.
No. Children under 12 would stay free. Each room had a color television and a private balcony/patio.
Okay.
The coffee shop had a kids menu. You could arrange for baby food in advance if you needed
Smart.
it. Like there was all these.
I wonder.
there was-
I wonder if that's Walt or if that's the hotel people's names. I forget. You know what I mean? Like who decided to go? We should really gear towards families. I would
think
bet
it
it's
was
Walt.
Walt.
Yeah.
I would bet.
Genius.
Yeah.
Originally, the hotel was scheduled to be open in August of 1955, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, there was a labor strike, there was a material shortage,
The ground was broken.
the ground was broken.
Walt,
when that happens.
I'm sorry to say, ground she's broken.
Oh my gosh.
She's broken. Where are you from? That's a weird accent. Texas. I am from Texas.
Okay, stop talking. It was delayed about 2 months.
I am Texas.
Oh my gosh.
I am the state of Texas.
Are we done? The Disneyland Hotel finally opened for business on August 5th, 1955.
Okay, that's not that bad
No, it
because
was
they opened in what, July or June?
July 17th.
It was 2 months after, about 2 months after its scheduled
Okay.
opening date.
Yeah.
However, on October 5th, 1955, only 7 rooms were open, with the 8th room being used as a lobby/check-in area
Those 7 lucky people.
7 rooms were open,
available to be rented.
available to be rented. Okay,
Yes.
because at first I thought they filled that whole thing except for 7.
No, bro.
I was like,
No.
They
Oh,
had
the
they were
opposite.
full. They were full up to capacity with 7 rooms
7 rooms.
occupied.
But it was a giant thing. They just weren't done
They
with
weren't done.
construction, so they
They had 7
opened
rooms
with
open.
construction going
Why
on.
open?
Because you need to make money.
On 7 rooms.
Gotta catch
you
those
can't
dollars.
Wait till there's 18 rooms.
Actually,
No.
had like a really hard time figuring out
You have
how
to.
much it cost per night.
Yeah.
The closest number I could come up with was about $15.
I was going to guess like 26. I don't know why.
So I think I've stayed at a hotel for $26.
a motor in
Just had
for
this
sure.
discussion, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bus stop. I had to pay protection money, but
It was a bob.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There was a-
7 rooms were open. The
Literally
eighth,
right across the street from Disneyland. It's the
Yeah.
bus stop
I
right
hate you. The 8th room was open and used as a check-in and lobby area.
okay.
On August 25th, 1956, so about a year later, a year after its official or its proposed opening date,
Yeah.
the hotel celebrated its grand opening, its
Okay.
official grand opening. At the time of the grand opening in 1956, the hotel had 204 guest rooms and suites.
There you go.
That's how you
It
do it.
featured an indoor-outdoor check-in desk.
But see, just to interrupt, like
That's okay.
for that whole year, they were making money while they were still doing construction. So that's why you open. You have 7 rooms. Let's open these. We have probably one maid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One person
Yeah.
to check in. So you're making money. You're working the kinks out as those rooms open. You kind of slowly grow into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't do it now, but back then,
I don't know. Look at Star Wars Land. They're still practicing
That's
the
true.
same
They're still
method.
figuring things
yeah.
out.
I mean,
Sick
yeah.
They're still
yeah.
building it.
True.
You're welcome.
Jeez.
Yeah. The only difference is this hotel probably sold out.
Oh.
Bro, 30-minute wait time today.
Really?
I was.
It's not worth it.
I don't know what's
No, but it's
happening
good
there, but-
crowd management, guys.
Yeah,
Come on, that's,
that's what
right.
it is.
Yeah. Wow.
Jeez.
Anyway, I'm going to go back. At
Yeah,
the time
okay.
of the grand opening in 1956, the hotel featured 204 guest rooms and suites. It had an indoor-outdoor check-in desk,
Okay.
That's
which
cool.
allowed guests to check in without getting out of their car and then just drive to
Drive
where
into their
their
room.
Drive
room.
in, check in. I like,
like
it.
that.
That's I
Yeah.
mean, I kind of wish they had this now.
Yeah.
because especially the last thing I want to do after getting out of the car that I've been in for 6 hours
Is get back in
is
and
get
then-
back in it and drive around.
God, every time I go to
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah, you're like, ah, man, can you just take my car? I'm already stretched
But I don't
out.
really want to pay for valet.
Yeah,
so-
that's the problem.
Yeah.
The new hotel included an Olympic-sized swimming pool. No, an Olympic-sized swimming pool,
Yeah.
shuffleboard, a children's wading pool, a sand area and playground, a putting green, a barber shop, a beauty shop, and 17 specialty shops. Which I'm assuming were just like tchotchkes.
Why did you
like
air quotes? But okay, because
'Cause I-
they're just
just
they just don't know.
just shopping stuff?
Man, I just want to get a haircut at Disney. First of all, I want to get a haircut. I want to get
Just
my
in
hair. I
life?
want to have hair to get a haircut, but that'd be nice. I don't know why. Just to
So-
pay a premium to get my hairs chopped off at Disneyland.
No, so did you know? I just learned this from my coworker who's become recently. He's never been, but he's become recently obsessed with Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
There is a barber shop on Main Street
I did know this.
where you can get your hair cut.
Yeah, but I think it's like $90. I think it's very expensive.
Well, if it's your first haircut, which obviously, so Alice could get her first haircut there, and she
Yeah.
gets a gift certificate, or not a gift certificate, she gets a certificate of her first haircut. They keep a lock of hair and add pixie dust to it. It's like a whole thing. For
wait.
$25.
They keep a lock of hair.
No, they don't keep it. They give it to you.
Okay.
You keep a
I was
lock
gonna
of hair.
say,
Hang it
That's
up
weird.
yeah, like I'm not. No, I don't need to do that. And I could just see that lock of hair being taken down to the depths of the
Oh, sick.
thing and have a lot of testing done on it. And anyway,
No,
Is it-
you keep the hair.
Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney
World.
World.
Okay, that's weird.
It's a
to
little
me.
weird.
Who in the world would do that?
A lock
a
of
lot
hair.
of people.
Yeah.
Your kid's first haircut, you get a certificate and everything.
I mean,
know.
it's cute, but that means we have to wait 3 years to cut that child's
fine.
unruly hair.
totally fine. It'll be so cute. It is
All right.
unruly.
Anyway, continue, please, Beverly.
It's okay. In 1958, Jack Rather bought out Maria Alvarez, thus making him the sole owner of the Disneyland Hotel. Dude was making money.
Yeah, for sure.
Very quickly after he bought out Maria, the Disneyland Hotel had its first expansion in 1958, and then again in 1960.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 expansions in 5 years.
That's not bad.
By 1960,
That's how good they were doing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
needed it.
Pumping out those 7 rooms, man.
excuse me. By 1960, the Disneyland Hotel had over 300 rooms and was able to accommodate up to 1,000 people.
Wow.
At this
That's
point,
awesome.
it was the largest hotel in Orange County.
Wow.
Also, fun fact, by 1960, Anaheim was the fastest growing city in the United States.
Not surprised.
Wow.
Jeez.
Not surprised.
You're welcome from Disneyland.
Right.
It really is the town that Disney built. I mean, it really
Absolutely.
is.
Literally. Yeah.
Over the years, the hotel was expanded to include three guest room towers: the Sierra, which was opened in 1962 and then updated in 1966; the Marina, which opened, I believe, I think my note says 1970, but I think it was actually 71; and then the Bonita, which opened in 1978. But I'm going to get to those a little bit later.
How pretty.
Oh gosh, you're the worst. Guests were able to travel between the hotel and the park's main entrance via a tram.
Okay.
But on June 11th, 1961, the Disneyland monorail was extended to the hotel. So you
Nice.
could now take the monorail if you chose to do so.
I remember doing that. The first time I stayed at the Disneyland Hotel when I was little, taking the monorail into the park.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. And then when we stayed, I didn't know that had changed, and I kept looking for the monorail. It wasn't there.
There were a couple other additions made in 1961. A mini golf course.
Weird.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Dude, I encourage people, Google some of these images. They're incredible.
Okay.
A mini golf course that covered 40 acres and a convention center. 1961 was a big year for the Disneyland Hotel. In addition to the previously mentioned additions, the hotel broke ground. Wonder if they fixed it. The hotel broke ground.
Can you stop interrupting yourself, please?
Yes. The hotel broke ground for the construction of an 11-story high-rise tower at 118 feet. The Sierra Tower was the tallest building in Orange County.
Nice.
Wow.
Upon completion of the new tower, the Disneyland Hotel now had over 450 rooms. But an independent analysis done in 1964 determined that the hotel would need to double the number of guest rooms in order to remain profitable.
Ooh.
Wow.
To remain, so without obviously
Dang.
raising the prices
Yeah.
too much or
Rates versus
whatever.
expense.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was a factor of just poor planning, or the prices were too low.
It
I mean,
sounds,
what is that?
It sounds to me like they built very fast, and so they had to pay off their debts from the building, and they
And then they
couldn't
incur
make up-
operating expenses
Right.
as they grow.
Right.
Their operating expense. Okay, got it.
In 1965, the Disneyland Park, full stop, and hotel, celebrated 10 years of successful operation.
Very nice.
Not unsuccessful, but
Right.
successful.
Okay.
At that same year, the hotel announced plans for the construction of an annex to the tower, which was built separately, but then eventually just connected.
What is an annex? An
An-
annex
like-
to the tower? What does that even mean?
Like another. So if this is the
This
building,
is an
this is
addition?
an addition, but they weren't connected. But then eventually they were connected and just made. This is the
Okay.
upgrade to the tower I mentioned
Okay.
earlier.
All right.
The same year, the hotel announced plans for the construction of an annex to the tower and a new shopping plaza. Needless to say, things were going pretty well for them. The first 7 floors of the annex opened for business on the 1st of June in 1966, and the remaining 4 floors followed just 15 days later, so it wasn't too bad. They were actually on top of their game. When this annex opened, it added an additional 160 guest rooms to the hotel, now giving it a capacity of 616 units. And the plaza, called the Plaza at Disneyland,
Oh, how nice.
I know, so bougie, was also part of the expansion, and it opened in November of the same year. So in July of 1960, so this is all happening really fast.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So July 1968, ground was broken again
Uh-huh.
for a 3.5 acre.
They do not have luck with that.
No, really, really soft
It's
ground.
gonna be the worst. It's the worst joke ever, guys.
Crazy soft ground over there, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. It's a ceremony. The ground was broken. Damn it. In a for a 3.5 acre marina area and another 11-story tower.
Okay.
On January 15th, 1969, the 319 room Marina Tower was officially opened.
All right.
The new Marina Tower featured a a new registration lobby with 16 check-in stations.
Wow.
Good gravy. I guess you need that.
Yeah.
Each station was computerized for faster service. This is
1969?
69. Yeah.
Dang.
Big
And the new
confused.
lobby was
Yeah.
the biggest one in the United States. It was 300 foot long and 70 foot wide
Wow.
That's the biggest lobby in the U.S.
at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
50 years ago.
I like that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, man.
So let's talk about this marina for a second. Not the building, but the 3.5 acre marina.
yeah, what is that?
Right?
Because to me, a marina means where you park your boat
Yeah.
that you take out to the ocean.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I found an
Because
old
you're not near the
newspaper-
ocean in
No.
Anaheim.
No, you're not.
You're not wrong. So I found an old newspaper article that sort of broke down everything that the marina entailed. 55,000 feet of ground were excavated to form what the article described as an unusual water playground. Direct quote. Unusual water
Hey,
playground.
Alice, do you want to go play on the unusual water playground?
Sounds safe.
There were docks where guests could inspect the latest power boats, cruiser boats, and sailboats from 5 to 50 foot in length. So I guess like
So
you could just go
It's
like,
like a boat, an RV show.
do I want to
Yeah.
buy
This
this?
is ridiculous.
But that's also very Disney. But
weird.
it's also very like it to me. It sounds like the hotel copied that idea of like sponsorship that Disney was doing, like in Tomorrowland.
Exactly.
We had the
Yeah.
bathroom of tomorrow or whatever. You know, what do you get?
Toilet flushes.
Yeah, you're just gonna go like, I'm gonna buy a power boat also for
Right.
$5,000.
Yeah. That's,
I want to know how many boats they sold there.
I'm
I want to. This is the
honestly
things I want to
curious.
know.
Wait,
Did they sell any?
There's more, I think.
there's
Well, I'm sure there's
plenty
more, but like that's just the question that I would have. Go ahead.
an outdoor amphitheater featuring the Dancing Waters show, a wharf area, a scuba diving tank, a tropical type swimming pool, a fishing pond, which begs the question, what does one do with a fish that you catch in a man-made marina while staying at a hotel in Anaheim?
If you remember correctly, at the Rivers of America, they used to have fishing.
Yes, they did.
You could rent a fishing pole and literally fish for, I think it was catfish.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you throw them back.
yeah.
Poor
But
fish.
how cool would that be to go to like Steakhouse 55,
With
and
your
which
own
I know wasn't there. So everyone chill
Oh,
out.
but there was a seashore restaurant.
So imagine going to the restaurant, going, "Garçon,
Yeah.
throw these back at my table with a light butter sauce and some yams."
White wine and caper.
No, but it sounds good.
It does,
Doesn't it really?
Yeah.
And the 11-story marina tower that I mentioned earlier
Mm-hmm.
was going to add an additional 319 guest rooms, giving the Disneyland Hotel now over 1,000 rooms.
Wow.
Think about your housekeeping, like your housekeeping.
Yeah, that's your operation costs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are,
Think
are
about that.
Yeah, you're
huge
incurring
now.
a lot
Yeah.
of costs.
Thank you for
For
making
sure.
words I couldn't.
You're welcome.
In 1970, Jack and Bonita Rather dedicated the 3.5 acre World of Water Marina.
Wait. Jack and Bonita Rather.
Yes.
So he named a tower after his wife.
I didn't say that. I was supposed to say that. Yeah, it was named for his wife. Oh, wait, I haven't talked about the Bonita Tower yet.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
I mentioned it earlier. I
Yeah,
haven't
you
gotten to the
mentioned it.
building of it yet.
Well,
though.
no, but you still mentioned it.
Thanks for stealing my thunder, because
You
that's
said it.
literally in the next paragraph.
You should have rewrote your thunder.
Whatever. Anyhow, the marina was later named the Seaports of the Pacific.
Okay.
In December
Yeah.
of 1976, Jack Rather received permission, which the way that was worded was weird to me, and I think it was from the city,
Okay.
actually, to build a third tower on the hotel premises. This new third tower was a 13-story Bonita Tower named for his wife.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's cool. I've heard that before, though.
This tower
That's
would
not news
become
to me.
the tallest structure in Anaheim,
All right.
and would bring the total of rooms to over 1,400.
Jeez.
Um,
That's crazy.
It's insane.
so let's go back in history just a few years.
Okay.
In 1964, the City Council of Anaheim adopted the rule that no building constructed outside the berm was permitted to be visible from Disneyland Park.
Okay.
That's okay, but 3 11-story towers?
Yeah.
I feel that's a little hard to do.
In order to be sure that they weren't breaking any laws, the architects raised a large balloon to the proposed height of the third tower
Mm-hmm.
to give a better idea of how the building would fit in the surroundings.
Yeah.
The Bonita Tower was the first hotel building in the United States to be equipped with a solar water heater solar water heating system. It was designed as an energy conscious structure. Let me just remind you, this is 1979.
Right.
Like, nobody cared about the Earth in 1979.
I'm sure solar heating was probably pretty. Well, it's not solar panels.
It's just solar heating.
It's
Yeah.
just-
The house is like my parents' house was built in 1981, and it had solar heating
For the pool, probably.
For the pool.
Oh.
They're not,
Say,
they don't swim.
hey, easy.
Terrence, I've tried to race you in a
For
pool,
the-
remember?
Yes, that's true. That's true. So the hot water heater, there was solar up there.
Okay.
So about that time, people were starting to
Because it was like a bag, for lack of a better term, like a flat bag on the roof,
Basically,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
The sun, yeah.
Yeah. all right.
So, who can tell me what happened in 1984?
Oh, jeez. What are you,
I
Jeremy?
turned 1.
There you go. Taryn turned 1.
in 1984. I was 4.
I don't know, man. I mean, well, these are things that happen. You guys are correct, but nobody cares about either of those.
There was a Fantasyland overhaul.
No.
I know what happened.
A lot of things happened in 1984, actually.
First of all, I really want to know now if there was a Fantasyland overhaul in 1984.
No, I think there was.
What-
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of things happened in 1984, but I'm going to go ahead and say that the worst
Yeah, please, Jeremy, go ahead.
was that Michael Eisner became the CEO and chairman of Walt
Damn.
Disney Productions.
The guy gets no respect.
Whatever. And he wanted desperately to get out of Disney's agreement with Jack Rather. Like, he was like, that's our name. That should be our money.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be sharing this. He wanted it to be owned by Disney. So he tried, but Rather had absolutely no interest in selling to Eisner / Disney Corp.
Why would he?
I wouldn't.
The longer you hold on to that, the bigger the pot's going to grow,
Hand
man,
over
for your
fist.
eventually sellout. Yeah.
And also, let me be clear. This is not the first time that somebody from Disney tried to obtain the Disneyland Hotel. Walt tried for years with no success. I don't know why Eisner thought he was going to be successful when Walt wasn't.
Because that guy's Rather's probably getting older. He probably thought, like,
Yeah.
do you really want to
Well-
be running a hotel?
Retire, man.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of.
There's a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Well, something that also, and this might be where that thought process came from, something that also happened in 1984 was that Jack Rather passed away after a 33-long-month battle with cancer. And it was just 2 months after Eisner took over. So Eisner took over, and he must have just gone in guns blazing wanting that hotel. So unfortunately, Jack Rather passed away. In 1988, his wife Bonita also passed away. Upon her passing, Disney bought the entire Rather company, which included the hotel, but also included the rights to the Lone Ranger. I think he owned the RMS Queen Mary.
Yeah, he did.
So
Wow.
eventually, like, Disney sold off all that stuff and just kept the hotel. But they got it, I guess. Thanks. Thanks, Eisner. Today, none of the original buildings from 1955 are still standing. They were torn down in 1999. Thanks, Eisner. To make room for downtown Disney and the parking structure.
Really? Okay. So, and I had no idea of any of this. So the Disneyland towers that are there now are not the original towers.
No, they're the
All-
original towers. They're just not from 1955. They're not
Yeah.
the original
Well, that's what I'm saying.
gangster.
Yeah.
No. So
Hotel.
the original hotel was very low. It almost looked like a motor inn kind of a thing, where it was
Yeah.
like 1 or 2,
It
maybe
was,
three.
it was three
stories,
stories, I think.
Yeah, so 3 stories, and then that was in the front. They tore that down for one of the expansions, and so that's all gone. I think that area is like ESPN Zone and Earl of Sandwich.
It was like that close.
It was that
Yeah.
close,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was across the street because he didn't have any of that
So-
downtown Disney area.
Yeah, so most buildings east of the Sierra Tower and north of the Marina Tower were demolished,
Okay.
including the original hotel buildings from 1955. In 1999, the tram service was also discontinued. So the only way to get to Disneyland from the Disneyland Hotel would be either to walk your happy butt there or
Right.
jump on the monorail.
Okay.
I lost my place. Sorry. So you would think that bulldozing a bunch of hotel rooms would negatively affect the bottom line, but that wasn't really the case because in 2001, Disneyland's Grand Californian Hotel opened
There we go.
for $6 billion a night.
Right.
True story.
But unfortunately, many of the restaurants and amenities that existed prior to 1999 were never replaced. Some of the original signage and artifacts from some of the stores from the plaza can be seen in the hotel's employee cafeteria. So just for perspective, ESPN Zone, Rainforest Cafe, AMC Theaters, basically all of the downtown Disney venues now occupy much of the former hotel space that was east of the Sierra Tower.
Okay.
Everything's also been themed out to be Mickey Mouse.
Right.
And like the interior furnishings have all been changed. It's all Mickey. The Marina, Sierra, and Bonita Towers were renamed Magic, Dreams, and Wonder.
Cool.
Literally,
Sounds dumb.
that was my same. I was just
Yeah.
like, ew.
Magic.
Yeah.
Why?
Magic, dreams, and wonder. Can we just have Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3? Can we...
Yeah.
Do they need to be weird names?
Yeah, that's
What
weird.
are the names again?
I
Wonder,
forgot.
Dream.
Magic, Dream, and Wonder.
Yeah.
What's the name of the towers?
Yeah. It's
Not
gross.
anymore.
It's gross,
Not
right?
anymore.
No.
Okay, I was gonna
I don't
say.
think so. Not anymore. But
No,
that's-
now it's like the
Fr-
Adventureland.
Frontier,
Adventureland.
Adventureland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, I
Yeah.
liked the original names. Like whatever. Some of the other buildings in the hotel complex house restaurants, stores, offices, recreational facilities. There's also now a gazebo and garden areas that are used for Disney fairy tale weddings and honeymoons.
Oh.
And that's where I stopped this. I basically stopped after Disney purchased from Rather. There's more that we can maybe get into. I'm not sure, but this is where I thought it was a good place to stop.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's kind of where we're at now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
I mean,
photos,
there's a couple things like here and there that have happened, but
the photo that we were looking at the other day of the marina and everything, that's not where the current system is.
I don't think so.
Because we were commenting, like, you know, the three towers, and you had the marina building, which looks exactly like Trader Sam's right now.
But I don't think it is.
But it's not the same.
It's not.
That's all different.
So looking at this,
Yeah.
I would say that it is. I would say that the marina. So
I'm real bad with perspective too. So I
Sure.
mean-
So am I.
Turn it a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
of
so if you're looking at it if you're looking at how you walk into from downtown Disney into the Disneyland Hotel,
Yeah.
you are walking to your right. As you walk into that area would be the main. If you say the main tower, the one where the lobby is. And and then you see the parking lot right there. So it looks like this whole area that would be the marina would be the area that is currently the pools, the water slides, the Tongaroa Terrace, and Trader Sam's. So it looks like that is that area. And then all of that area was taken up, and some of the water is still, quote, still there, but now
Right.
in a form of a pool and water slides. So yeah,
Okay.
I would say that's where it is. It's in the middle of the courtyard area. Of the
Yeah, because
hotel.
it looks
It's a
basically the
marina.
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really interesting. To
Yeah.
me,
So
man.
when you go to
It
Trader,
is
so when you go to Trader
fascinating.
Sam's,
You're-
you're in the old marina building.
exactly,
I think
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good job.
The
Bev.
Bonita would be the taller of the two, right?
Trader Sam's would be
Okay.
right there.
I love it.
Sure. I have no sense of direction. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I have amazing sense of direction when it comes to finding Trader Sam's. So
I actually
where
don't.
it
I
is.
get lost every time I'm trying to find that place.
seriously,
Yes.
just follow your nose. Just sniff out the booze.
Yeah.
it's right there.
It's really just right there.
Anyway,
Good job,
thus
Bev.
far, that
good
is
job.
the history of the Disneyland Hotel.
Wonderful.
We'll
job,
see
Bev.
if anything else
Awesome.
happens.
Wonderful.
March in the past, present, and future with all the news that's fit to cover. It's the Earzup Disney News.
Why is it so low? Here, let me stop that and turn this up and start that again.
March in the past, present, and future with all the news that's fit
I
to
know
cover.
why.
It's the
Let me stop that, turn it up,
Turn it up.
and start this again.
March in the past, present, and future with all the news that's fit to cover. It's the Earzup Disney News.
Oh my god. Somebody take it away from him.
He found a new toy. Okay,
Yeah.
stop it.
What? Oh, just may have found the beat.
Uh-oh, there we go. We can use this, too.
Oh,
Disney donates $20,000 to high school band that lost its instruments in a fire.
nice.
It's a cool story. It's a
That's
feel-good
awesome.
story. Because we
nice.
do kind of bag on Disney every now and then, but maybe
they
more
kinda
than we
suck
should.
sometimes.
Yeah, but this was a nice story. So Walt
Thanks,
Disney World
Eisner.
donates $20,000 to help a Florida high school band after a fire damaged their personal instruments, rehearsal space, and other equipment. Park officials surprised the East Ridge High School band Friday with an oversized check, which everybody loves, and an appearance by Mickey Mouse. It's football season, said Raina Langley, spokeswoman for Walt Disney World. We need to get those kids back out there on the field and having a good time. Parents had also raised more than $16,000 through a GoFundMe account. So, $36,000 for replacing instruments and your practice space.
Kind of a lot.
That's a
but
lot of money. I like
That's
it.
a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, it's good times.
Good.
Some other good times, Terrence. I know you're going to vibe with me on this one. Disney Plus will reportedly include 90s X-Men and other Marvel animated series.
Yes.
Apparently that whole afternoon of stuff. X-Men 92, Spider-Man 94,
Nice.
Spider-Woman 79, Spider-Man 81, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Iron Man from 94, Fantastic Four from 94, Incredible Hulk, Silver Surfer, and Spider-Man... Oops, I'm locking my microphone. Spider-Man Unlimited.
Dude, I'm
hyped for that real
there's
bad.
like 15 pages of stuff that's going to be on this.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I might have to get rid of Netflix.
Beverly, go
Never
ahead.
mind.
What was your question?
What were the numbers?
Years.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounded like screen names.
They really did.
Jessica Rabbit 32.
Iron Man 94.
I just needed clarity. I apologize.
My
I'm
AOL
tired.
instant message name.
Star 150.
That's right.
Was that really what it was?
Yeah.
No.
Jeez. I'm glad that's out there. Disney
Middle name,
says
address. Sorry.
It's out there.
this is you know the type of people where you read a news article about how someone got bilked out of millions and whatever, and you go, who does that? Who puts their personal information out onto the internet?
Bro, do you really think
Taryn puts her address out on the internet, her house number,
do you know
as
how
her
many-
screen name.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
So did everybody my age. It was either your birth year or your address number.
Never did that. People my
You were
age
also
do
a lot
that.
older when
5
it
years
came
is
out.
not that a lot
It's
older.
a lot older.
But my screen names were always really funny and cool. I would never go
like what? Give us an example.
Like
I can't
Bell?
remember anymore.
Okay.
Well, no, that's all current. It's fine. Disney says quality over quantity gives it a streaming advantage. In case you haven't realized, there's a lot of streaming news out in the world today. From Pixar to Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, Disney is betting on the power of the brands it owns to make streaming efforts a success, and at D23, the company made it clear that it's going to get as much as it can out of them to help it get there. At launch, Disney Plus will have more than 500 feature films and over 7,500 show episodes,
Yes.
including Disney's entire movie library and its full Pixar and The Simpsons catalogs.
Dude,
I'm hyped for The
I'm
Simpsons.
going to be on my couch for like a week just running through all this stuff. It's
Same.
insane.
It's just going to be on rotate 24/7.
My life's not going to change.
She'll still be on the couch.
I'll still be on the couch.
Disney is working on 6 new original films: Mrs. Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, which is all MCU stuff.
Okay.
A short form series from the Muppets, which has been canceled. The new Lizzie McGuire show.
Boo.
Yeah.
Totally okay with it.
Ewan
Really?
McGregor in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Nice.
Moon Knight, Taryn, is the guy from the Night Groot book. It has the half moon on him.
yeah,
The guy that we don't know about, that's him.
Oh, and I had another question about that since you brought it up. Who's
Another
the Red Hulk?
It's a Hulk thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's just another Hulk.
I was
Sure.
never really into Marvel until the movies came out. I was always a DC guy.
You
so
and
I don't know.
everybody
You won't
else.
like me when I'm
Yeah.
angry and red.
But usually he's green.
I know, but he's extra angry.
Yeah,
He was heated.
he's pissed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he was lit. But the reason I read this article is because reading in our last show, the list of movies that they're going to have, The Biscuit Eater.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I mean, don't give me this quality over quantity garbage. There's gonna be a lot of
a good
terrible.
point.
There's gonna be a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of very bad movies from the 60s and 70s. So everybody at Disney, back off just a little bit. You're not that cool. but you're gonna have a lot of stuff. I'm
Well,
gonna pay.
They're
good
going to
money
do the
for it.
same thing. So I just wanted to look it up while you were talking about that. And so Netflix in 2010 had 6,755 movies. And in 2018, 8 years later, it dropped to 4,010 movies. And I think it's the same thing where it's like, you can throw all these movies on there because then people are like, oh man, I need this. This has every movie I can possibly think of. But nobody's actually watching any of those. So once you've subscribed, you don't care, and then you can drop that number.
Well,
Even now, like there's a lot of stinkers on Netflix.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Korean shows. Have you noticed that
The
I'm
whole
not
genre.
watching? Yeah, and I'm like, I don't. This is weird because I don't want to read stuff. Like there's certain
agree.
movies, certain foreign stuff that I will sit through and read and whatever. But like the Netherlands have a lot of good cop shows for some reason. That's very weird,
Okay.
but they're into that real that crime drama or genre kind of stuff, and it looks cool. But I just don't want to sit and like process it and read it. Because I have a limited amount of time now.
Right.
2 years ago I'd sit and like plow through it, but now I can't do it.
I'd rather read a book,
Right.
and then by read I mean listen.
Right. And by listen I mean sleep. Yeah. But like to your point, Taryn, I think a lot of the drop from the Netflix thing was that they weren't seeing the return to pay for the rights for that stuff anymore.
that
I
makes
think that
sense.
was part of it too. And then that's why
Sure.
Netflix is considering going to the releasing an episode every week type of thing.
I hate that.
Are
to-
they considering it? I thought
Yeah.
they were the only one not considering it. I thought
No.
it was Apple and Disney that were doing that, and Netflix was sticking with where they were.
Potentially, I don't know,
I don't
but they have a problem with subscription retention, and they're saying that's part of the reason why. Probably is like Jeremy was saying on the last show. He goes, I dump it and come back every now and then.
Yeah, it's so
That's
weird
the
to me.
weirdest thing to me.
I know, but Netflix is going to have Seinfeld. They just signed like for Seinfeld, so he's going to be back on
Yeah, he's fine.
Netflix. Yeah, he's all right.
I've watched that so much on Hulu already.
I've never seen.
You've
When it
never
was
seen
when it was
Seinfeld?
happening. I saw a couple episodes, and I'm like, I just don't care. I was really bored.
So
I was really bored with it. Jerry Seinfeld is a terrible actor,
Agreed.
Yeah.
oh man, okay.
and I just couldn't get through that. Last news item here. If lullabies and bedtime stories simply aren't helping your little one wind down, you may want to get Mickey Mouse on the line. As spotted by CBS News, parents can now call up Disney and have Mickey or one of his pals share a brief bedtime message with your child. Available through August 30. Oh, this is an old article.
It's still happening.
I know, but it says available through August 31st, 2018. How is it? How did I just get this on the? Anyway, whatever. The point is,
happening again.
It's happening again. But I think it's through the end of September even.
Okay.
So it's very close. It's the number is 1-877-7-MICKEY.
Calling it.
Okay.
No, so I did it. I did it yesterday.
Oh, you did it finally? Okay.
I haven't had Alice listen to it, but I just wanted to hear what it was like.
Yeah.
And actually, it was surprising.
Okay.
You have to go through a commercial first.
Should we call it right now?
Well, they try and sure.
1-877. Oh, you're calling it now? Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to? Like,
I was just
Yeah.
about to.
should we,
I think we
would we
should.
get in trouble for it?
Why would we get in trouble for it?
I don't know because it's in the podcast.
It's fine.
I don't know.
I see what you're
No.
saying.
Well, here, let's
Well,
just do it.
I can. Okay.
Can you finish?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna listen to it, I was just gonna say it. You have to listen to a commercial, and then you have to push buttons, and then it tells you
A story.
now hand it over to your kid. But then even then, it's not ready.
Welcome to the Disney Store and ShopDisney.com Disney Bedtime Hotline.
Wow.
This is
Help you add
relaxing.
a bit of magic to your little one's nighttime routine. Follow the prompts to hear a special bedtime message from some of your favorite Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars characters.
Get all the brands in
You
there.
can receive a special text message to shop the latest items on ShopDisney.com.
Okay,
U.S.
good.
cell phones only. Message and data rates may apply. By pressing 1, you consent to receive an auto-dialed marketing text from or on behalf of Shop Disney
No.
at the mobile number you use to call in.
I want a Disney
Consent
story.
is not a
nighttime story
condition of
from
purchase.
The most high energy
Text message
person.
not required to hear the bedtime message. You can view Disney's privacy policy at privacy.
Wait, so if you hit 1, you're consenting just to get random texts.
.com/SMS.
No.
If you would like to receive a special text message, press 1 now.
Still no.
Press 2 to continue without receiving a text.
2. Guess what? I'm hitting 2.
Yeah.
2.
Hey, howdy, hey, partner. It's me, Woody. Now listen up, okay?
This has got to be Hanks's brother.
Which means it's our bedtime, too. We got to be all tucked in and ready to sleep by the time she gets back. So, let's make sure the room is set, okay? All right. Nightlight on? Check. All the toys in their places? Check. Blankets and pillows ready? Check. All right. Everything looks nice and cozy.
Hang on.
Oh, shh. Here comes Bonnie. Good night, partner, and pleasant dreams.
First of all, as a kid, I'd be like, Bonnie, who's Bonnie? Why is Bonnie in my room?
Steve Hanks did a good job with
Yeah,
that.
and
man.
that is not Tom Hanks' voice.
No, apparently Tom Hanks' brother does a lot of like commercials and stuff as Woody because
Really?
He doesn't sound like him.
not there. I don't know if that was it or not. So how do you? So you can only hear one.
Your
And,
selection was not valid.
Well, no,
Please
see,
try again.
it was interesting because when I called, they asked me which character I wanted.
well, I think I just hit the button too many times
Gotcha.
because I hit 2 to continue and then nothing happened, so I hit it again. It was probably just processing that, and I got Woody air quotes.
I
got
listened to a little
broody.
bit of
It was
Mickey. Mickey
Schwoody.
sounded like Mickey.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hanks is very expensive, which is why he farms out stuff to his brother. So, like the commercials that you see Woody in or hear Woody in for just like commercials for Disneyland, that's not Tom Hanks.
But at least it sounds like him.
Yeah, that does not.
That does not
that's
sound
a
like
low
him.
rent Tom Hanks, dude.
It's a poor man's
It's
Tom Hanks.
Bob's. Thanks.
That's a guy next to man in front of Man's Chinese Theater in a Woody costume.
Now give me $5, partner, out of your mom's purse while she's not looking.
You want a picture with me? $2.
The 21st Amendment has been serving craft beer in the San Francisco Bay Area for 19 years, from their initial brew pub on 2nd Street, just 2 blocks from Giant Stadium, in San Francisco, to their production brewery and tap room across the bay in San Leandro. The 21st Amendment is now available in 29 states, including in and around the parks. Next time you're in San Francisco, visit the brew pub and shoot over to neighboring San Leandro to check out the new production brewery and tap room for great beers and good food. And be sure to ask for the 21st Amendment wherever you find good craft beer. All right, I think that's it. I think we're done, right?
Good show.
There's always something that I think I need to talk about, and I think we've hit everything.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to take a little break. We're going to come back for you live folks and you Patreon folks at 9:30 to do the secret show. Taryn is making a drink. What are you making?
It's the new Kungaloosh.
The new Kungaloosh.
It's a blended drink.
All right. And if you want to hear how this goes, go to patreon.com/earsup. Join the $5 level or more. If you got the scratch, we would really appreciate it. And then you can hear the secret shows or whatever. If you want to win tickets, a 4-packer of tickets to the talk called Conserving Walt's Legacy from True Life Adventures to Disney Nature over at the Walt Disney Family Museum, stay tuned to our social media channels in the next couple of days. And we're going to figure out a game to play with you guys and throw a 4-pack of tickets at you people. But if you missed that for some reason, definitely go to waltdisney.org to buy tickets, or call 415-345-6800 for all that. You get into the talk, you get into the museum, and you get to go do the Mickey Mouse from Walt to the World exhibition happening at the thing. It's really cool. Very excited. For the Christmas show, I'm trying to figure out if anybody from the museum will come on and talk to us about Christmas at Walt's.
That'd be good.
So we're working on the Christmas show already. It's going to be a good time, everybody. Check that out. That will be December 14th if I don't already, if I don't get into the mom's panel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll
I
call
know who's
in.
not.
Shut
You
up.
didn't do it at all?
No, I think I said Radiator Springs.
Okay.
Yeah, Bev didn't do it at all.
I didn't even try. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that.
No. That doesn't work. I don't want to go work. Like, you get 2 trips to Disney World. But I did read, actually, if you read the fine print, I think it changed this year. You can't bring family members on your training.
Okay.
It's you get, because
really?
I think it used to be like you get 4.
I thought it was just 2.
I thought it was 4. You get 4 people to come along with you while you train, but now it's just you for your training thing.
Huh.
I could be. I mean,
That makes it more enticing to me.
same. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning in, live people. We'll see you in about half an hour. And if you're not live, sorry, I guess, but you'll miss out. Anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. And until next time, we will see you in the parks.